반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
Jin was unrelenting in her ambition, driven by a single goal to surpass her sister Jin Soo Ji. When she boldly approached her father Han Jin-tae and declared her desire to work at Haedeul Foundation, she believed it was a decisive step toward achieving her objective. Her request was straightforward. She wanted a position at the foundation to prove her capabilities and eventually claim it as her own. However, this decision would set off a chain of events that would lead to the most disastrous period of her life. Han Jin-tae was taken aback by Nayoung's audacity and, with a perplexed expression, responded with a laugh. "Is that all you aspire to? Is that really your dream?" he said, his amusement clear. Nayoung, undeterred, insisted on her request, confident that she should outshine her sister if given the chance. Despite Han Jin-tae's confusion and the fact that Haedeul Foundation was managed by his wife, Kim Ri, the situation was complicated by the fact that Nayoung possessed incriminating evidence of past crimes. Han Jin-tae, feeling cornered, proposed the idea to Kim Ri that Nayoung should be allowed to join the foundation. Kim Ri was initially puzzled by this sudden change of heart but eventually agreed, recognizing that Nayoung might find a sense of purpose and possibly alleviate her sense of isolation. Once Nayoung began working at Haedeul Foundation, her ambition burned brightly. She immersed herself in the foundation's operations, especially focusing on its financial matters. In her investigations, she stumbled upon a significant document detailing a piece of land valued at 40 billion won, which Kim Ri had secretly reserved. This discovery filled Nayoung with excitement as she envisioned surpassing her sister and achieving unprecedented success. However, her excitement was short-lived. Upon further examination, Nayoung discovered that the land had been promised to Han Jin-tae. Her elation turned to frustration and anger as she realized that the land was out of her reach. Undeterred, she decided to use the situation to her advantage and approach her father-in-law with a new strategy. Nayoung entered Han Jin-tae's office, closing the door behind her and presenting him with the document. "Father, I have a proposition," she said coldly. Han Jin-tae, initially baffled, soon became alarmed as he recognized the document. Nayoung proposed a deal. If Han Jin-tae granted her the land, she would destroy all the evidence of his crimes. Faced with this ultimatum, Han Jin-tae was furious but ultimately agreed to Nayoung's terms, though he warned her that she would come to regret her actions. Triumphant, Nayoung took possession of the land and began planning her next steps. She was eager to sell the land and secure the wealth and recognition she craved. However, unbeknownst to her, the land had already been reported stolen and was legally prohibited from being traded. Nayoung, oblivious to this critical detail, proceeded with her plans, only to discover the truth when potential buyers began to investigate the land's legitimacy. Her deal fell apart and her plans disintegrated. As the reality of her situation set in, Nayoung realized she had been ensnared in a trap. Kim Ri had orchestrated this entire scenario, knowing that Nayoung would be tempted by the land. By leveraging the situation, Kim Ri had manipulated both Han Jin-tae and Jin Nayoung, setting them up for their eventual downfall. Kim Ri had anticipated that Nayoung would attempt to blackmail Han Jin-tae and had prepared to expose any illegal activities. Detective Jang, who had been monitoring the situation, gathered evidence of Nayoung's attempts to trade the stolen land and issued an arrest warrant. Nayoung was taken into custody in shock, unable to comprehend how her plans had unraveled so completely. Even in prison, Nayoung was unwilling to accept her fate quietly. Determined to bring Han Jin-tae down with her, she handed over evidence of his crimes to the authorities. In the end, both Nayoung and Han Jin-tae found themselves behind bars, the victims of Kim Ri's intricate scheme. Kim Ri watched their downfall with a sense of satisfaction, knowing that she had expertly orchestrated their destruction and maintained control over the situation.
"'Cause you are beautiful.